Hello users, and welcome to a new Flicks Done Quick. And on this Flicks Done Quick, I'm going to be reviewing the second season of House of Cards. And so if you haven't seen my Season 1 review, you should check that out somewhere in any one of these directions. I don't know. And yeah, so Season 1, Season 1 ends with Frank becoming the vice president. And basically Season 2 is, like, the majority of it is based around Frank usurping the power of the presidency by forcing Garrett, who's the current president, to resign. And I think it's really well done. Quality-wise, it's on par, I'd like to say, with Season 1, like, quality-wise, like, scenes, the locations, acting, like that kind of stuff, editing. I would say it's pretty much identical. The pace is a little bit different. Like they introduce a lot of characters, but one of the things that I always thought was just insane when I first watched this show, and then even now I still think it's pretty nuts, is how they just kill Zoe in the first episode of the second season. And it's crazy because she was debatably the second biggest character of the show in the first season. So it's just, I thought it was pretty shocking that Frank literally just straight up murders her. It's something else. That's probably the biggest thing in this season, even. Usurping the power of the presidency is kind of a natural, given, the style of the first season, but, the biggest, I think, event that, affects the entire story was, murdering Zoe, and that causes, a lot of other people to, start picking up that Frank Underwood is doing some nasty stuff, so, that definitely will carry into the further episodes as well. But yeah, Season 2 is pretty good. I do like how, Frank sets up the president. I feel like the methods that they use to kind of, make Frank progress in this show are just so interesting. Because, it's all, very technical and, involves a lot of, pieces and stuff. I like how Frank is, a very Dick Cheney style vice president, where he's very controlling and, does everything his way. I think it's pretty cool. I like a lot of the scenes with Frank and Garrett. I think they're pretty good, especially when Garrett gets angry at Frank, and then, they have to do the reparations, and I just think all that stuff is super interesting. I like it a lot. I don't really have much else to say about Season 2. It's good. It's definitely good. A lot of people know, if you know anything about House of Cards or have seen the show yourself, you're very aware of the quality drop that happens, but I do think Season 1 and Season 2 are both very, very good. Yeah, Season 2 ends with Doug Stamper getting, fucked up in the forest. So, when I first saw that, and even now, I think, it's definitely a good cliffhanger. So that's another thing that I liked. I like the whole Rachel side story as well. I think she's a pretty interesting character. You can sympathize with her a lot, because, she basically just kind of accidentally got involved, and Doug is just, a super weirdo creep, and kind of, just keeps her, stringing along for whatever reason. And, it's definitely very heinous, but, at the same time, I guess you can understand why he's doing that, but, I don't know. I think Rachel's a good character, probably one of the best characters in the show, as of Season 2. Yeah, so, I don't really have much else to say, other than, the progression of the story, I think, is pretty much on par. Season 1 and 2 are, I would say, very, very high quality. We'll see how Season 3, 4, 5, and 6... Are there 6? I think it's 6. We'll see. We'll see what the rest has to offer, and I hope you enjoyed this video review, and I will see you next time. This is